Good night, wherever you're watching this live from. Hope you and your family is blessed. And if you are in Jamaica, hope the hurricane pass you over and you and your family and loved ones are safe, because we see what the hurricane can do, and we know what hurricane does. Bring a lot of destruction on the land. So if you're watching this morning, on top of the morning to you, hope you're having yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. So 1 cup of coffee or tea, then I go. Well, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and the weather this morning is 52 degrees, so it's on the cooler side. Yes, it's not cold like yesterday. Yesterday was in the 40s. But we are in America, and our federal government shut down for 28 consecutive days with no right of reopen or negotiation for a bill to pass. So what are your thoughts this morning? How you feeling this morning? Are you alive and well and okay with what's going on in your country of America? You see, there is a lot of happening. They want to pass a temp bill to pay part of the people who is on furlough. They say they want to pay some and not all. But who would pass a bill like that? They just want to pay the military workers. So if you're in the military, they want to pay you guys. But that bill make no sense. If you're a well-thinking American, you'd say no to that bill. Because why you want to pay some people and not all the people? You see where Donald Trump, a lot of the people who is on furlough, he called back some of them. Would you go back to work? Working without pay? Or would you stay home? That's a question you and your family would have to discuss moving forward. How would you look at new job? Because we see where the economy is going. And most of the economists saying that the country is heading into a collapse, just like '07 and '08. Because if we don't have most of the people working, that means a lot of them gonna be on unemployment. They can't find any jobs. That means our economy not gonna move. Our GDP gonna be stagnant. Because that's how the money flow. And majority of your population is working. It's less the government have to pay out in unemployment, because most of the people are employed. But if you're watching the live this morning from Jamaica, our thoughts and prayers are with you during Hurricane Melissa. This Melissa is a category 4 hitting, and it's traveling at 165 miles per hour at 175. The last time I see an update on it, it was lingering in the sea. But if you're in Jamaica, we are praying with you and for you that the hurricane will pass. Don't come with a lot of wind or water, but it will come calm. Because Jamaica cannot withstand a hurricane of this magnitude, 4 or 5. We don't have the infrastructure for hurricane like Melissa. But blessings to you and your family, wherever you're watching from this morning. Hope you're having yourself a wonderful day and be safe if you are in Jamaica. Please stay away from outside. If your house is not a concrete dwelling or structure, you need to seek shelter somewhere else. Because based on what I'm reading and watching, it's a danger hurricane. Melissa is no joke. No, I'm not in Jamaica. I'm in America, James. But I still have family in Jamaica. But yes, this hurricane is bigger than Hurricane Gilbert if it's hit at landfall, let's say at 4 or 5 category. So we are praying for the people of Jamaica, our families and loved ones. But John, blessings to you and your family. The 317th Foodie Forum. Blessings to you and your family. If you're just tuning into the live, we are talking about the government shutdown in America for the 28th consecutive day and counting. And we're also talking about the Hurricane Melissa hitting our coastline and our Caribbean islands. So it's moving over Jamaica and heading to Cuba, Haiti. It's already passed over Honduras. So we are hoping for the best. We're no life was lost, and we just have just some trees down. That's what we are hoping for. The hurricane will turn away from landfall and just keep it in the sea till it die down. Because the hands of God is with our people. If God is for us, who can be against us? So we declare and we decree that the hurricane will turn away from our Caribbean shore and just stay in the ocean. Because we know what hurricane can do. We see what it does before. So this morning, it's a day of sadness because we know Jamaica can't withstand a hurricane. Last year we have Hurricane Beryl, and a lot of the people in St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Mandeville, Clarendon, they haven't recovered from the hurricane. A lot of people still haven't have shelters after a year. But it's sad, and it's only getting worse because like we have back-to-back hurricane now. We haven't had back-to-back hurricane in a long time in Jamaica. Now we have two major hurricanes, and it's gonna affect our country. It's gonna affect our agriculture because once we have a lot of rain, a lot of water, then a lot of our crops, our livestock, because Jamaica is a farming country. We depend on agriculture. So now in America, we are paying like what for yellow yam. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, it's like $5, 5.99 for yellow yam. Now that gonna goes up because a lot of the crops gonna be damaged and destroyed by the rain. And we see where lots of flooding and landslide happening already. But what can we do more than just hope and pray that the hurricane don't destroy Jamaica or the Caribbean islands? The hands of God is with the people. So I hope God just stretch his hand forth and keep the hurricane at sea without landfall. Just little rain and wind, not at 175 miles an hour. Because although a lot of the infrastructure is not up to hurricane standard, because a lot of people still live in board houses. And if you live in board houses, a hurricane with up to 175 miles an hour wind that will take down any infrastructure. And if you're on a hill and your foundation is not solid, then you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna have landslide. And that's what we don't want, the landslide. Because it's not gonna just affect just one family, it's gonna affect many families. And I see we're in Port Royal, a lot of the people they are staying there not moving. And in Port Royal, it's just one way in and one way out. Because Port Royal is where the pirates used to be in Jamaica. That's so it's one way in and one way out. It's like a island by itself. And a lot of the people say they are not moving, they are not leaving what they have for shelter. And if the hurricane pass over Port Royal, it's gonna be devastated because it's one way in, one way out, and it is flat. But wherever you're watching from this morning, hope you and your family are safe. And if you're living in a boarded house, I pray for you and your family that you use wisdom and move to a shelter instead of staying in that boarded house. Because they show the hurricane, it covered Jamaica. Although the eye they say gonna pass over St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, so it's gonna go across the center of Jamaica. Yes, we are praying that the hurricane will just bring water. The eye won't pass over Jamaica. Because we know that if it I pass over Jamaica, it's gonna be worse than Hurricane Gilbert. As Hurricane Gilbert with landfall, it was like what? Category 3. So yeah, this one is a 4 turning into a 5 on every update I see. And when I was watching it this morning, I was seeing the meteorologists from Kingston and Ocho Rios where we have a lot of flooding. But if you are in Jamaica and the Caribbean, we are praying for you. We see where it's moving from Jamaica over into Cuba and Haiti. But this the hurricane is moving at a slow rate and speed. It says it was at one time it was moving like 2 miles an hour. And that what they said bring devastation when it moving that slow because it's gonna linger. Instead of breeze through, it's just taking its own time. But yes, I am a Jamaican living in America. So if you hear my accent, I'm a Jamaican. Yes, and our government continue shut down and they say they're not negotiating with now we see the largest federation coming out and said the Democrat must vote to pass the bill. But it's just appalling to me. How you gonna ask one side to vote to pass a bill, but you didn't tell the other side, hey, don't shut the country down when they were negotiating. You voted for Donald Trump to shut the country down. Because he tell you that what he was gonna do. He was gonna shut the country down. He was gonna drain the swamp. He gonna drain the swamp, but yet he charging his own administration $230 million. That's what he said he want. Then so funny how he go against everything that is on his constitution. It is unconstitutional for him to do any alter or adjustment to the White House, and he making a ballroom. Yes, he is making a ballroom. Say, yeah, I wanna dance, I wanna tango. So he said, hey, you know what? Instead of I go to Mar-a-Lago or anywhere else, let's do it to the White House. So he building a ballroom at the White House so he can dance, and his friends come dance with him. So what do I tell you? Make America great again. Yes, Donald Trump is making America great again. Where him and his friends, rich friends, can party at the White House. You can go to the ballroom, sit and drink with the president. While a lot of American family are suffering because it's what 5 weeks now. Yeah. So if you used to get paid on a monthly basis, if you're working for the government, then you'll be going 1 month without pay. So the food bank and the pantry will be full with people this week again. So what I tell you, working for the federal government, which is a dream job. A lot of people in America, they dream of working for the federal government because it's a lifelong job once you get in. So, once you get in, then, hey, you retire from that job because they got good benefits. But now, under 45 and under 47, it's not guaranteed anymore that you're going to retire. As he said, who is on furlough, a lot of them he's not going to rehire when the country reopen. And we in 28 days, 28 days and counting. And he said he's not negotiating with the Democrats until the country reopen. But yet he have time and resources to build a ballroom at the White House. Or say you get up this early, come on somebody platform to saying that I wasn't invited. Go somewhere else with that. I don't want to hear it this morning. So yes, it's unconstitutional most of the stuff that Donald is doing, but because he have the Senate and the House and no one going against him, everybody with him. Okay, Mr. President, we want to run for a 10 or a 12 term, so you know what, we'll back you, whatever you do. So what I tell you, goon like Hersa get up early morning to come spread his rhetoric. We don't want to hear you. Go somewhere else with it. Come on, man. What? But this is this fool, man. Wherever you're watching from, thanks for watching this morning. Have yourself a wonderful and a pleasant morning. If you are in Jamaica and the Caribbean, we are praying for you and with you that the hurricane will pass over you without any damage or any life lost. Peace and love and goodwill to your fellow man. One love, one heart, one aim, one destiny, as the great Marcus Mosiah Garfield said. Blessings.